Hello everyone, Attack Power is back, bringing you more Steel Division 2 awesomeness. Now, for those who are wondering what's going on with the channel, I'll get into that later in the game. I want to dive right in here, not make you wait too long. So I have a match here on Tali Inhantala between Spectac and Captain Satan. On the left here, in the red, is Spectac playing Group Tyurina on Vanguard income. And on the right, in the blue, Captain Satan playing 14th Infanterie on Balanced income. So I picked this match. These are some classic divisions here, and I am all here for it. I love it. Getting back to the old school divisions, the buffs and things working so that divisions can be played. So Group Tyurina, really one of the bottom tier Soviet divisions. It's had a lot of buff love over the years. Still not an incredible division, but at least playable now and can be quite enjoyable if you're a Soviet division liker. The Recon tab here, we have some Dozers, BA-10 snipers in A phase, along with a T-34-76 card in B phase. The Infantry tab, one of the highlights of the division, one of the reasons to play it. It's got a nice mix of Soviet infantry. We have the Sturmovikis, Strelki SVTs, Strelki DPs, Sturmoviki Rocks, and the Tanko Desniki all in A phase. It's a Vanguard deck, so that all should be there. Then we have some Avtos, Strelki DPs in B, and the final card of Strelki DP in C. Kind of surprised not to see any leaders. Don't love that. I mean, one leader card could really help this out. Tank tab, though, the M5Ls, T-34-76 Komroti, and T-34-76 1943 Observers. Double vetted on those. I like it. All in A phase. B phase, another T-34 leader card, and a T-34-76 1942. Support tab here, Ogden Machiki Maxim's Assault Gun T4, which is a Panzer IV support gun. These are actually really good. A lot of availability and can use their heat shells to do some pretty good damage. And the Studebaker Snap. The AT tab here, we have PTRS, kind of an odd choice, especially against 14th. I would understand it against like maybe a division with some half tracks and stuff, but this is definitely not it. 45 mil, these are phenomenal after their many buffs. This 3, some Su-85 also in A, then B phase we get the very nice Zis-2 and more Su-85. AA tab here, we have the 25 mil and the 37 mil, both double vetted. The buff to this division came in the AA tab, I believe, if I remember, and it definitely makes it more playable. RD tab here, we have the 76 mil off map, which I don't really understand. This is like the stupidest off map in the game. It's so dumb. They're all dumb, but this one's like really, really dumb. And then the RT, then we have some 122s there, which can be used as 2K support, which is important to note. Air tab here, we have the IL-2KR for early strafing, Yak-9T. Don't love Yaks. I don't love any of the Yak fighters. And then the PE-3 AT rocket plane. Don't love that one either, but yeah, I feel like it's a necessary evil here. On the other side, 14th Infantry here, a classic division. It's got some strength. It certainly does. The Recon tab here, really small, one of the weaknesses. We just have the Fusiliers here. The Infantry tab is literally a pile of trash for the most part. You're just kind of spamming trash infantry. We have the Stolstruth MP44, one of the better units in the deck. Then we have the Grenadier MG42. We have a card of Six Rings, and then the Beglite Pioneers, which is easily the best unit here. I feel like there's a regular Beglite card, but I don't see it here. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like when one comes, the other comes. It'd be kind of weird not to bring that. But anyway, B phase, Grenadier, Panzerfaust, Sturm Pioneer, and Pioneer SVT. Those are solid. They're literally just sappers. And then a Grenadier DP, which comes at the higher availability there in C phase. Tank tab, I actually really like the tank. Ironically, for this infantry division, it's the tank tab I love most. We have 2 cards of Panzer II Lukes, 2 cards of Stug 3s, and the Tiger. You could get a second card of Tigers too. Support tab, pretty light actually for how big it is. We have Flammenwerfer, Erzat MG, which are phenomenal. IG-290s, IG-33, and munitions. AT tab, Panzer Shrek, Pack 183. I don't love these, honestly, but they do work against this division. FK 288 and 2 Pack 40s. Then we have 2 Flak Verlings in the AA tab. Then we have the FK 231, which is basically like a mortar for all intents and purposes. The SK 18, love it. And the Morser 210, love that. Air tab, Focke-Wulf 180, BF 109, JU 88s in 2 variants. Diving here into the game, we have an early Focke-Wulf 190 coming in here. Nothing stupidly aggressive from Spec, which is kind of surprising, actually, because he is Vanguard. The Focke-Wulf misses its bombing run. He did a ground attack, which I understand because the recon planes don't... At one point in the game, they seem to be really consistent landing early ground attacks on targets, but they don't really anymore. So it looks like these Flammenwerfers pushing across here. Looks like it is Captain who's going to make the early push, despite being the balanced deck here. The 122 caught out. Oh, this is devastating. This is a major... What was Spec thinking? There's no infantry in the center. Why would he send no infantry at all? really weird, actually. So now this 3 can take out some of these Urzat MGs a bit, but the Flammenwerfer's clearing out now. Is that in range, really? Huh, interesting. Beglite Pioneers caught out in the open. That's rough, actually. That's pretty rough. BA-10 here as well. Focke-Wulf getting all that beautiful information. Off-map, here comes the off-map. Ooh, be afraid. I mean, it's making... This is a waste of an off-map. So remember, like, if you're going to use the off-maps are purely offensive. Like, yes, they can be used defensively to, like, blunt an assault, but that doesn't actually gain you any value, right? It just kind of, like, buys you maybe some time, but it doesn't usually improve the situation you're currently in. As we can see here, this is not improving the situation. If you're using an off-map, you generally should be trying to pin stuff down, drive things forward, surrender stuff, you know, maximize the cheese, of which off-map is maximum cheesiness anyway. Interesting. Trying to see Panzerschrecks around? What in the heck is he doing? Okay, so one of them gets through. Really odd. T4 getting hit by the Flammenwerfers. The flames can kill it. Gotta be careful. Yeah, and this is very damaged, so it will, but it did back out of range, and now it's clearing out the Flammenwerfers. 16-8, though, for Satan. He is the balance deck, so, I mean, Spec basically has to use his Vanguard income here to fix the problems that have cropped up here early. FK288 finding the BA-10, taking that out. Panzerschreck did get by, so it looks like he's just going for like a very aggressive cheese line there. Pack 40 over here does pick up the kill in the BA-10. And off-map coming down once again. There's a bunch of Stahlstrup MP44s in position now. Strelky DP out of the building. Tanko's wiped out. M2A1 just sitting here. Oh, this is painful. Come on, Spec. What you doing, buddy? Double IG 290 gonna wipe out this 45 mil. It's a major micro misplays here. Finally, the 50 cal getting involved. Why does that seem so low? Did they nerf the 50 cal without me noticing? Well, speaking on that point, yeah, so I'm sure you've all noticed if you follow the channel at all, I've been gone for a while, and yeah, I was just not making videos. I did kind of burn myself out. I mean, for 2 years straight, I made videos every single day, if not twice a day at times. You know, pumping out nearly 1,000 videos in 2 years, which is a crap ton. And yeah, it was a little much. You know, I needed a break. And I was gonna like just pare it back over the summer, and then the joy of not having anything to do kind of set in. And yeah, I just kind of stepped away from it for a time. Wasn't sure if I would be coming back or not, which is why I didn't say much, because didn't know if I would have the feels and desire to do it. Focke-Wulf gonna take out that. Oh, that's beautiful. Just have to mention it in the middle of my little what's going on with life thing. Glorious. Good job, Captain. Killing those off maps. Not that it was doing much anyway. But anyways, so yeah, just I didn't really have a burning passion to make videos. I didn't really have the time either. School started. For those who don't know, like if you're newer to the channel and or haven't watched back, you know, I'm a music teacher. I work in public school and all that stuff. I love my job. It's one of my favorite things to do, is actually do work, for the most part. And you know, the beginning of the year is a lot. You know, there's a lot going on and balancing everything, getting everything going. It's just tough. And I got a toddler. She's a cutie pie. You know, spend time with the wife and all that kind of stuff. And it was just, there was no time for making videos. But things have, you know, we struck a good balance and all that good stuff. So I'm hoping I can get back to a schedule, making 2-3 videos a week. Nothing crazy. I'm not committing to anything huge. I don't think I'll be disappearing or anything. But yeah, I expect 2 to 3 videos a week. Maybe there'll be more, maybe there'll be less. It'll still be mostly Steel Division 2 for now. Probably will dabble in Warno a little bit. I probably won't, I'm not going to play much myself. It won't be a ton of videos of my play. It'll be more casting and such. And definitely I won't be playing Warno because I'm terrible at it. And I do not have the time to get any good at it right now. So, you know, if we see Warno, it'll just be straight casts. But yeah, that's the game plan. That's the game plan. If you guys enjoy all this content, please make sure if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I do really appreciate it. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking with it. Really appreciate it. Panzerschreck not even close enough to get the full-on cheese here. But anyway, yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. I appreciate it as I, you know, work through life as we all do. You know how it is. Drop some love in the comments down below. I love talking with you. I mean, honestly, the hardest part of stopping was not interacting with you guys as much. And part of the reason I'm continuing to do it again is because I enjoy interacting with you, with my audience here. And you guys have been awesome. And it's one of the reasons I get to come back. Also, it'd be cool to hit 10K. You know, I stopped right as I was hitting 10,000 subs, which was like, lol, awkward. Also, too, the channel wasn't seeing a ton of growth and stuff. Obviously, the game is getting old. I still think it's a phenomenal game. I still think it's the best World War II game, hands down. And whether you believe it or not, the strike team is still hard at work balancing and updating the game. There will still be new stuff. There's still DLC coming, which is awesome. There was a new map, obviously, released recently. Wish it was 1v1. They don't listen to me, though. Just because I'm on the strike team doesn't mean I'm in charge of anything. Don't get the wrong idea. So, yeah, very exciting. There'll be update videos and things on the channel as well, but yeah. So diving back in here, sorry about that. Big push here from Captain Well, big is not really the thing. He's just a big salient he has created by pushing down south here. I did like Spec's play here. He's really aggressive, pushing forward, taking out some key units here. Actually killed the Arty unit back here with his cheeky push with the Panzer IV. Really love that. Sometimes, especially like newer players, one of the hardest things a newer player is know like when to go balls to the wall. There's big rewards for going all out, like going for it. You know, taking out key units in the back, which can really swing a lot of points in your favor. You know, it's not even about the territory. Everyone gets obsessed with like, oh yeah, he pushed all the way up here and grabbed this territory and whoa, it was so good. But that's not actually what matters. What matters is he picked up like 100 to 200 points of random support units that, as the game goes on, grow in value, right? These Arty units like get little kills here and there and suppress and all that kind of stuff as the game goes on. Taking those out is huge. I mean, not just the points, like the immediate point value you get, but it gets more huge as the game goes on that those are gone. So what do we lose here? 2 Jeep transports so far to this cheeky Panzerschreck. And the thing is, this is like a perfect place for it because he can't see it until he's in range of it, unless this BA-10 just barely sneaks out of range of it. But the sniper will zip past first anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, he saw it. Okay, he is out of range, actually. Sniper's going to go down. So now another unit killed there. There's only 2 rockets left anyway, but if he takes out this 25 mil, that would be pretty... Oh, that would be pretty bad. No, and the BA-10 saves the day. All right, there you go. Pretty cheeky. I don't want to call it cheesy, because technically it's not. But it feels a little cheesy. It's a little bit. Finally, a reaction here down south. Spec probably... I mean, Tali's such a strange map in that you play the game up here. But that doesn't mean there's nothing to do down here. And sometimes you forget this is down here, and all of a sudden you look at the score and you're like, wait, what the hell's going on? And you're like, oh, God, when did this happen? Now, this Fusilier does have a grenade. Oh! Will he unload in time? Yeah, I don't think he will. He got out. But he's out of cover. Oh, Spec, turn auto cover on. I don't care, guys. I've heard this for years. Like, oh, the pros, the high-level players, they turn auto cover off. Blah, 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 blah. I have played with auto cover my entire life. like, just get over it. It's much better, I think, to manually turn cover off than to turn all auto cover off. There's so many stupid situations like this where you get totally boned by not auto covering. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Finally, a 13-11 here, Spec, but A phase is over. B phase has arrived. Now, that does not mean immediate advantage here to Captain. Yes, he has a 5-point advantage, but he's also down 300 points. So by the end of B phase, he'll still be down 250 points. Now, do I feel like Spec is ahead in trades? I do not. I do not. He's definitely not ahead in flags, that's for sure. IL-2KR should easily take out the Focke-Wulf? I guess not. Really thought it would. It's got a pretty heavy armament, all things considered. I guess it doesn't have enough machine guns. Is it coming back around for it? Yeah, he's trying. He might get it. It's the war of the stupidly slow planes. These guys actually caught behind lines here, but there's nothing to stop them, and they will reconnect and capture this flag. Yeah, Spec's doing a poor job of actually, like, shoring up his pushes. The Focke-Wulf's... No way. Is he really? No. Wait, maybe the back machine gun will kill it. Oh, this is too funny. This is like the most hilarious air duel ever. I love it. Yeah, Tanko's running out across the open. This M2 could be right, could act... Well, I can't apparently it can't actually see it. Yeah, Tanko had no chance there. The Zis 3 takes out this Stug. That'd be pretty huge. It does. Wow, that's a good kill. That was a good kill there by the Zis 3. Sturmoviki Rocks should be undefeatable in this woods. Kind of depends on how the stack goes up here, but the Stealth Troop already out of Molotovs, and the Pioneers will never get their grenades off, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, okay, so finally clearing this out. There's a Panzer II getting in. Su-85, all right. Crew killed on the T-34. Oh, the Sicherungs. Oh, I love these units. 20 freaking points. Love this thing. This overperforms. This is what you want every anti-tank rifle to be, is this. Yeah, it's short range. So what? Big frickin' whoops. So good. So good. So good. So good. All right, M5L. Can it win this little match? It does. IG-290 goes down. Still 13-11 for Satan. Pack 40, a little out of position here. Not terribly, but a little. Panzer 2 should go down. Oh, the APCR is still on. Spec. Oh, Spec. Why you do this? Folks, turn your APCR off. It's for specific situations. Ooh, the Pack 40 is going to pick up a free kill here, I think, though. Line of sight tool not telling the truth again. Yeah, the infantry cleared out here, and then a Spec has to keep. And this is such a low commitment too from Captain. Like, he's getting so much out of this. Like, he committed so little to this bottom point, and Spec has blown at least, oh, the tank I forgot to, like, at least 200 points, killing this less than 100 point commitment from him. And now these Aptus are going to sit here and get shot by Grenadiers. Oh, God, it's disgusting. And Pack 40 now going to pick up this Su-85. Okay, so yeah. I find the red side a little bit trickier than the blue side in this map. You have to push so deep. Like, there's not nearly as many good push spots. And blue can simply push this tree line here and get this flag for free. Easy push at the beginning. Hard to cover off the reinforcement route if you don't have this. And blue can just sit here, cut this reinforcement route off. I mean, there's so many. Yeah, I do find the red side quite a bit more challenging. Avto's wiped out by a singular Grenadier. Oof. Oof. Oof badoof. Fresh reinforcements coming on in. Is this too? Oh, why? What's here that you feel the need to have? Is this too there? T-34 should obviously take out this Panzer II, but because it's a Razvedka, it doesn't affect the front line. Awkward sauce. So Spec's still not grabbing these flags. He would have an advantage, honestly. Like, he did a nice push here. Like, this, all this, I like his aggression, but he's not supporting it super well. Like, the concept of his pushes is quite solid, but he's not supporting his pushes very well, which is leading to really poor trade. Yeah, and way too far forward. Like running past reinforcement routes that are not secure at all. And I would say generally just not enough infantry. I will say the meta has shifted pretty significantly in the last few months, where armor is way more common. For those who haven't been playing more than 6 months, it was basically for like 2 years was infantry only meta. Pretty close. I mean, tanks were extremely underpowered, and you know, you used them obviously, but there was very specific situations, and it was mostly light armor, some medium armor. Heavy tanks almost did not see play at all. And it feels like it's swinging back the other way now a little bit. Wow, Sturmoviki Rocks and a Tanko down here now. Oh. Oh. I don't think Spec can recover from the absolute just egregious amount of resources he has thrown down here. Like, Satan put in so little. Like, there's so little was actually put into that. This sticker room kills the Su-85. And another off map that's not being followed up with anything. JU-88 takes out the T-34 here. Grenadiers, why? What is he doing? What are you doing? But anyway, the meta has shifted. It does feel fundamentally like the meta has shifted. I've honestly played very little in the last 3 months, for those wondering. I think I've hopped on less than 10 times. I haven't really gamed much at all, actually. But the times I've played, I have run into a lot more armor. When I was playing, I felt like armor was far more valuable and viable than it was before. Which is good. Again, we spent a lot of time under the infantry umbrella, and I love infantry, y'all know that. But there's definitely a place for armor, and in a lot of points in this game, armor should have had a more significant role in the meta. I mean, despite some pretty poor trading, Spec is holding on. But the problem is, of course, for him, is C-Phase is a-comin', and oh, that beautiful balanced income is a punishing in C-Phase. Oh, see, if he had actually followed this up, look at all the free... Captain didn't even respond. Oh, it would have just been surrender. I like the post up here. Like, this is one of the good positions for red. Like, it's one of the only good things because you can actually cut off this reinforcement route. But he doesn't even have AT here, so the Panzer II Lukes is just going to clear out everything. Now the question is Spec going to stop? He could just throw this M2A1 here and it totally stops it. He saw this. He's got the IL-2, seeing it. Pack 40 down the road, going to pick up a free T-34-76. Oh, he backed straight up, which kept him in line of sight. Oh, he needed to back sideways. Oh, oof. Honestly, Tyurina is a really odd choice for this map. I think I said that at the beginning. It's a very strange choice. They do not have much in the 2K department at all. Actually, I'm pretty sure the 122s is like it. At least that's all he put in. And I don't think there's anything else to pick. So it's just a really strange choice. Okay, now he knows this Pack 40 is here. He's driven at least 5 things into it. A lot of Spec's problem is he's just losing so much crap to just reinforcement route sniping, which is just awful. I mean, this, I don't even count this. This was just a really, I mean, ballsy play that paid off really well for Satan. But it seems, why do people pick these names? Already picking up the off map, I love it. Don't know how he saw that, but apparently knew somehow. Another T-34 dead. I don't think Spec is getting the point here. Now seeing the power of these FK231s. There's also an SK-18 back here as well. Yeah, Spec's barely holding on. He's got so little. Focke-Wulf's now too. So we're just hit C phase. So now the points really start to pile on. Yeah, I don't really understand Tyurina as a choice in this map. I mean, honestly, every division is viable in some way on every map. That is the truth. If you depending on the way you play it, right? Tyurina is an extremely aggressive division. It does not have a lot of staying power. Now, for those wondering, if you're new to like what makes Tyurina not a long game division, big issues arty. Right, if you're planning to play a long game, arty is a big tool. Like, it is an important tool. Depth of the tabs, right? So, you could have infinite T-34-76s, but as the game ramps longer, generally players will have access or be able to more readily afford more potent and lethal threats. So, weapons like T-34s 76s, like, they lose their edge as the game goes on. They're still useful at every point in the game, don't get me wrong. But especially if you're playing like balanced on balance something, you know, if your opponent is whipping out Panthers and T-34-85s and IS-2s and things like that in the late game, you know, your T-34-76s they feel very obsolete at that point. Again, they still have very much use. It's not that after B phase, T-34-76s are no longer good. I'm not saying that at all. But again, as the game goes on, these more aggressive units lose a little bit of their bite, right? The infantry tab can go long. That is one part of this that can go long. But long divisions also tend to have, you know, some 2K assets. They have abilities to control larger portions of the board, control larger portions of the map. And more aggressive divisions tend to be a little bit more CQC focused, because they got to get in tight, which forces them to be more aggressive, and therefore they burn through points a little faster because they're losing things at transports and things like that. So that's why I would not call Tyurina a long game deck. 14th Infantry, on the other hand, you can have easily hundreds of infantry, you know, 120 plus infantry pretty easily. You have a great arty tab. You have plenty of AA now, lots of AT. You can have tanks for a long time. So it has a lot of long game tools. Now, is 14th a particular powerful deck? It's not. It does not have like end game weapons that are really hard to overcome. You know, things that really block out large portions of the map, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But it is a solid division with a lot of good tools, and with the meta shifting away from infantry only play, it actually really helps divisions like 14th, which don't actually have phenomenal infantry. Lots of infantry, but not phenomenal. A pretty solid bombing strike there. It did do some damage, pins everything down. If the Pioneers hop forward, they could do some good damage there. Surrender those. Yeah, I don't really see at this point how Spec gets back into this. He's now, you know, only 90 points a tick. Very late game 122 here. Very close range. Tanko on the edge of the woods, you do not want this. These need to be in the green, right? Because they have a 100-meter range. You want them to be in the green where he has to come get you. Otherwise, the opponent's going to stop outside of the Tanko's range and just shoot him to death. Interesting. I know this is not what he intended. Su-85. What is he even getting hit by? Oh, is it just getting... It's just getting artied. Oh, APCR still on. Oh my goodness, turn it off. Yeah, the value of divisions like 14th that don't have super high quality infantry stuff is that you don't have to care, right? Essentially, the concept is you're going to send 2 infantry for every one of their 1. More APCR. If you had used AP, this would be dead. You know, so conceptually, you send... What is this thing doing? Okay, he's definitely got the wrong idea. He thinks there's something here, when in fact this is 2 is over here. Yak gets a good run on that at JU-88, actually. These have medium resilience, I believe? Yeah. Flies with a flak fueling, though. That is dangerous. You gotta be. Cannot be doing that. I thought Captain for a second was trying to bait this Yak. Was gonna fly more and bait the Yak. Zis2 gets a good hit on that. Stroke 3. There's a big arty, right? Is that what that was? It looked like a big arty. I don't see any big arty, though. I see SK-18s. So, oh, is there an IG-33? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I found it. I found the source of the big boomies. Now there's finally a Tiger in. Oh, Tigers, why do you suck so hard in this game? Makes me sad. Because you're so much cooler than the Panther. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me, bro. Change my mind. And I'm not saying like the Tiger was like the greatest tank or anything. I'm just saying in this game, they kind of suck. They're just kind of trash. Yes, things do seem rather locked up here for the captain. I mean, he could just sit on the single tick for the remainder of the game. He's going to keep pushing here. Yeah, then the Tigers... Yeah, and again, I just don't... I'm going to assume 14th was a counter to Tyurina. Because Tyurina doesn't really have an answer to these. I mean, the Su-85s, I suppose, are technically your ground response to these. He obviously has the PE-3 with the anti-tank rockets, but I'm pretty sure it takes at least 2 strikes for that. And honestly, any AT plane that takes 2 strikes to kill things, I just consider to be garbage. Because even getting 1 through is hard enough. To have to get 2 through is asking a lot. And now Captain playing really passively. I mean, he's played pretty conservatively the whole game, and I can respect that as a balanced player. But there's been several opportunities where he probably could have pushed pretty hard. I mean, he definitely made inroads. I'm not going to say he did not make pushes. Like, he grabbed these flags down here for a long time, which was pretty huge, honestly, actually, at the beginning. Like, the flag, it'd probably be more like this, and, you know, Spec would probably still be up here if he had not given away 2 to 3 flags constantly for most of the game down here. So Ober, whatever his name was, finally goes down here to what I don't even know. Oh, there's this 2 here. Found that. IG-290, though, probably going to take revenge. And 14th Air Force now starting to blot the skies. I am kind of sad he didn't bring the napalm bomber. Not for the cheese, not for beginning game cheese, just because. I mean, it is fun as heck to watch that thing just drop a carpet of fire. Gotta say, that's one of the more fun things to see in the game. Yeah, Captain is clearly in no rush. No rush at all. But folks, attack power is. So we're going to put it on 2 times here. Not much is going to happen that will shock us at this point. You see a 37mm. Panzer II does go down here. Okay, Avto's getting it done. Frickin' Avtos. Woo! All right, all right. Slow clap for the Avtos, guys. Putting the freaking work. Whatever Red Star award they get, probably. He earned his bowl of porridge there. Oh, and now the bomber just drops bombs in his face. Kind of surprised he survived that. But yeah, usually you can do this on blue, like early in the game, and just capture these flags so easily. And red getting back here, it's so hard. Because blue just does this right here, posts up a pack, boom. Or any AT, you can, like, not get reinforced. Or then you put some AT here. Like, reinforcements cannot get to this anymore. Like, if you don't have this block of woods here. And then you're just kind of boned out of it. And now, too, he's posted up the Tiger and the IG to just block this reinforcement road, too. Like, Captain should just be driving some infantry, like, down this road and capturing this. He's even got some stuff here, like, confirming there's nothing there. He keeps pushing down here, like they got tunnel vision. They got serious tunnel vision, both of them. And that's the thing to develop as you play the game, right? Like, is the ability to, like, see, oh, this part of the map is actually kind of empty. I should do something about that, right? Now it's a Pac 40 looking straight down the road. Here comes the Ju-88. What's it? Oh, it's going after all this. Boop, 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 boop. Nice kills there. Yeah, oof. Artie Blob coming down. Finally a 15-9 there. Yak gonna fly with the Flak-Rilling and die. Easy kill there for the Flak-Rilling. Oof. SK, there's a 210. Love it. Fire, my friend. Shoot. Okay. Not sure what happened. He's just that slow. Shoot. There we go. My goodness, the aim time on these things is just horrendous. Big boom. Oh my god, almost one-shots him. What an unfortunate shot for Spectac. Oh my god, just getting already farted on now. Yeah, again, he probably should put some infantry here. Too busy focusing on the south, though. And this is honestly the hardest place for 14th. Like, this is where Spec's strongest because it's woods, right? Like, this is where his division shines. And he just let him get in here. I'm not sure how that Tiger didn't kill any of that. And he's kind of at an odd angle. He should put it, like, here so he actually has time to aim the gun. I respect Spectac for holding on. I do. But a solid old school match here. Gotta say, loving the old divisions getting back into the game. Very nice. Yeah, this is what Spectac should have done with his off maps drive through there. 34 minutes, 34 seconds, 1780 to 3875. Yeah, rough KD there. But yeah, folks, it's good to be back. I hope you all enjoyed this. Get prepared for more Steel Division 2 awesomeness here, and hit all those buttons and have a fantastic day.